boy.
Sige,
Delta,
Vice,
Bernal.
let's put ourselves in the holy presence of God and we say, Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, Amen. Lord, help enlighten us in this day that whatever that we need to talk about will be delivered and communicated properly to the public. And we pray for all those who are fighting with the pandemic and
Asian din
continue
yan
to
ni
strengthen our
nani.
city government. First, we ask through Jesus Christ our Lord, Amen. And then yung Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, Vice.
So first, I call for this kaning platform basically to bring clarification anang tuob nga issue na napaduong manoon sa gobernador nga kanang tuob nga matter diri man na sa Cebu City wa man na maabot ang kanang aware mo ana nga na ay dako kay istorya nga partig tuob nyat pila to ka milyon nga ang naom sa gobernador mo ina-highlight.
2.5 million.
Yes, and I would like to make clarification na wa day labot ang gobernador anang issue sa 2.5 million nga tuob. Okay, that is a concern that brought the city government of Cebu, not the province. And I wish that would have to be also put on record just to be fair. And that is what we call, well, what is actually true has to be told. So, kana siya nga matter, naasa na sa city government, wala na sa province. Correct ba ko? Are you receiving my statement?
Yes, Vice.
Okay.
Yes,
That is something to put matter in the proper perspective. I have known, of course, the governor, and we've always had, a long time ago pa with the Garcia, we always have what I call an open communication, and that is why I would like to bring that position very clearly as to not to add up usahay kanang pasinyag ang uban kay there are lies manggod continuously being put to fore. If not corrected, it might be received as if the truth. So I am around to make that very clear clarification. I had a talk with the Governor Manggod. I told her kung anong utang na appeal magkaanagob, magkailabot anak. So that's the reason why I call this press con to put matter on the right perspective. Number two, and on the issue sa kita ko sa kaning CICC ba, that governor wants CICC back. Lipay ko sa kanang nga kung mahitabo na nindot kay na siya nga kanabang having a CICC because right now it has become more of a dead thing. I had that CICC just like CCMC been around this time, it can easily be also utilized as an option for purposes of additional facilities, be it at one time for PUM, PUI, then even for kaning asymptomatic and mild, and when that whole CICC would have been as it was being envisioned before as a convention, like any convention center, even in the world, even in Manila, being also utilized for COVID. But of course, if COVID will not anymore be around, and if assuming that particular building will be back as it used to be, nindot kaayo na siya, kung dili na siya demolition, kung dili, as it was being envisioned at the time of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, former president. Number three, ako sa nakbantayan nga matter about I think land swapping man tingali, no? Nga kanang there is a need, especially kami diha sa anyo ng gunyang panglungsod, that we would also be properly educated and what I call informed, especially that there are some statements coming from the province and it will necessitate obviously an act on the part ng MOSAD sa sangguniang panglungsod so that we would be able to have fruition, especially on this issue of 93-1. Ang kaning ginganlan og siya na land swapping. Am I correct? So muna siya nga ako ang gusto bring to your attention, and at the same time I continuously would be joining especially our constituency. Now we should extend unqualified support gyapon IETF as it being led by Secretary Roy Simato and much also a well-focused implementer deputy in the person of General Mel Feliciano, and also the involvement of, I do not know the actual position of Joel Garganera with respect sa Cebu City side on bringing the EOC to be enhanced and also much already centered in bringing activities like extraction and contact tracing, much less also to wishing that the EOC under General Mel Feliciano will be faster in really seeing to it that as many facilities will be in place, and likewise before Secretary Roy Simato will leave, I would like to connect with him, although I was able to had a quick with the group last night in Citadine. Been fortunate to join the dinner that they had with Dr. Peter Mancao. And of course, I will be working out something, but I cannot be right now at liberty until I would be able to draw that particular course of action just to add up impetus so that the empowerment of the barangays in terms of their involvement, because there was such a platform that I was also part yesterday, about 75 barangays. There were only 5 barangays that weren't there, that namely Parian, Suba, Mutan, then there was this Sudlon Dus and Kambinukot. Of course, there are only 4 that I would like to recheck because the Kapitan on Kambinukot, it's understandable that he cannot be joining for a personal reason that I am aware about. And therefore, I have to check, especially Suba, why was he not there when 75 barangays as headed by ABC President Franklin Ong himself. And it was a very fruitful platform because with Joel Garganera, Feliciano, and most of all the secretary being on the side of the IETF. I just joined um, with the group as being asked by uh, Secretary Roy Simatu to be in that group. And he would have probably wished also some councillors, but I did not get full um, info that they should be around. But I will be reporting what was transpiring, but I would rather would like maybe next week, if possible. If not, maybe after our inaugural, we should have another regular session on the 24th so that we would be able to tackle, and Barangay Captain Councilor Franklin Ong can also report to the council what transpired out of that so-called IATF meet the barangay. So I think that will be all that I can think about as I would like to share in this platform. Now we can start your question and answer portion.
Vice, good morning.
Good morning,
Oh,
DC May.
clar- clarification lang regarding atong last part nga imong gisgutan nga IATF meet with the barangay. Pwede may magpa-expound pag ana, Vice?
Um, Nindot it was purposely to add furthermore meaning on the hotspots, emphasis. Number 2, action that possibly will occur, which was highlighted about granular lockdown, then situ lockdown, and if I remember the mayor, he even mentioned segmentary lockdown. Okay? Then number 2, I think the ILG with Ayan Lucero was also bringing about, not many have yet submitted that extraction team and that racing team. And they have deadline because they will pursue already that particular action in the days to come. If I'm not mistaken, come Thursday or Friday. And then emphasis that those who may not be under that so-called segmentary, granular, or situ lockdown would not mean that relaxed implementation, especially of the protocols on wearing of masks and social distancing, should be or should not be observed. It will still be strictly and absolutely observed. And during that interaction, if I, because there was a point that I left for a while and I joined with my vice mayor, capable, available, responsible, able group for a NOAA complex expansion discussion. So when I came back, I also was also responding to the concern of one of the barangay, which I think that's a concern of many barangays about how to address the so-called night dwellers, those who are on the road, those who are on the sidewalk that are bringing and making it as their abode or sleeping area. So they are also, in fact, bringing to the attention of the city government the need because sila matawi nagpakaon supposedly like Captain Ninyal of San Nicolas na ana iyang gym diha which I visited once during my barangay visit. So I brought to them the forthcoming project of the city government which is initiated by the Vice Mayor's office, supported by the Sanggunian, as well as Mayor Edgar Labilla, bringing the whole open area at the back of NOAA, which is about, which including NOAA, I think that's 10 hectares open space, which is now occupied by Bagsakan. Are you familiar with Bagsakan is? Chito? Familiar ka Chito sa Bagsakan? But anyway, that is beside SM. And when you reach access road toward SMC side, that is on the right side. Okay? That is, then you turn right, there's a road. Kanang road, it can reach to Bigfoot Noah's complex. And that is about 10 hectares owned by the city government, where a resolution has already been approved by the Sangguniang Paglungsod, even with a 50 to 100 million appropriation, of which not a single centavo yet has been used, and we have not even presented yet with the appropriation resolution to bring to support whatever will be the program that is going to be up and coming. But that will definitely be perhaps tingali apart. I do not know whether it will be included in my message this coming Wednesday or tomorrow, and you are cordially invited to be online. So Raymar, do not forget to tell Jaris Piramidi that this platform attendees should be around because that platform that we will be using, according to Charis, can accommodate even 100 online participants. So that is how I would like to bring to you DC May on that IETA meets ABC.
Vice initiative din nimo Vice or na plano na ni
No,
daan gyud?
I think that that group katong IETF mate the barangay,
Yes, yes Vice.
I think that was an offshoot, if you remember, when I first met Secretary Roy Simato on the day when he had that meeting at SEDA na nigawas gali sa newspaper ang kanang highlighted nga BOGO nundumana.
Yes Vice.
And then in the evening, man ko imbitaha ato siya nga grupo, and because of Harry Roque, so with Senator Bongo, I was able to connect with IETF head and had a talk with him, the two of us, on a one-on-one. And we had almost 2 hours. And that 2 hours talk we had was really to bring to him so that much as possible, no garbled ba, kanang truth will set us free, Chito, kay he is coming for an intention and he should be provided with the right facts, the beginning, and at the time when he arrived. And eventually, because of that discussion we had, I invited him right away for a walk, an hour walk, together with Dr. Peter Mancao, whom I have introduced to him too as the medical director of NOAA, which eventually now has been involved being also the spokesperson sa Cebu Medical Society, plus been all the time. That's why I brought him last night, comparing also concern before the secretary and then giving suggestion on the side of the medical practitioners, the hospitals, and that add up. Yeah, it has become a continuing matter because what I've been telling the secretary at the outset, kanang yung famous na kong statement, mini cook spoils the broth. Now, with him already being around, then we are singing the Barry Manilow song, One Voice, Singing in the Darkness. And you've heard that song, One Voice? So that is what I've been trying to, that the only way we can confront COVID-19 in our needs is really go down to the sitio, bring barangays role highlighted, remove partisanship, boundaries should never be established, bring unity as a primordial trust, and then bring the barangay captain being the little mayor and we, the city government, assist them and definitely civil society, medical, the church, business, media as one, all in one in all. Who can be against us? Muna siya ang trust sa pirmi na kong gibalik-balik. Unya, I think kato siya nga platform because connect naman na sila ni Franklin Ong sad. So, si Franklin Ong is the one being connected. Unya, I was just told na paapilon ko atong ilang nga platform. Mo tong naabot ko dito GC May.
Vice na so kanus-an ni siya nasugdan na ba ni or kanus-an nato plano nga sugdan ang kaning pakigmeet sa mga barangays niya.
Mana,
Ang
sige
tanan
na.
gyud nga, ang
Yeah.
tanan gyud nga 80 barangays.
Yes,
Vice?
yes. Katong dito sa platform ang barangay captain. Dito tanan 75 ka buok. Gi-report man sa ABC. Ya, 5 ra lagi ka
75?
75 barangay captains.
Ang 5 vice nga way one asam ang 5.
Ako pagbangutan-on lagi pero katong usa ang kambinukot nato yung reason personal.
Okay.
Pero ang pamutan wala man tingali nabay positive ang pamusan. Nya ang kanang parian nabay positive sa parian. Pero kang parian doon ra mo sa kamagayan. Then of course ang suba ay nyo napay positive diha. Although I think by now na-lifted na matingin na ilang lockdown, no? Then we call the sudlundos. Muna akong check-on nganong wala sila dito. Okay, next.
Okay, vice, thank you.
Delta.
Okay na ko,
Okay na mo?
Vice.
So, palihog lang. Moto siya ako ang highlight ha. Chito, for a while, I'll get back sa kayo tanga. Excuse ko kayo tanga ha. I'll go to a senior citizens call.